Hey, Shabbat Shalom. This is the brother Lahab from the Diligent Soldiers Camp out here in Boston. And first and foremost, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me the truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. And Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. So this video will be more for some of you new believers, newly to the faith and whatnot. I hope and pray that this is edifying to you going into who is Esau Edom. Proving that Esau Edom is indeed the so-called white people, self-proclaimed white people today. And I'll do my best. I'm still learning some of the history, and some of the further, precepts further down. But I said, Lord willing, this is edifying, to the elect. So let's start off Obadiah 1:1, and it says, Edom will be humbled. So the proudest people. So we're gonna do a process of elimination, identify who these different characteristics, and and we'll go from there. All right. So it says Edom will be humbled. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahawah, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And it reads, Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. So when you look up this word small in the Hebrew, it's
Strong's H 6996, Katan, Gesenius Lexicon, Katan, second entry, Katon,
which means little, youngest, younger, right? Because Esau Edom came out of us, right? It was so-called black people, so-called first, but they came out of us, so they're younger, but it also goes into least, lesser, little one, smallest, small things, young, and then it goes down here, young, small, insignificant, unimportant, right? Small, insignificant, young, unimportant, right? This is you're talking about the basis of men. These are the people, these so-called white people, are the people that were put in place to be a whipping stick onto us. Let's prove that real quick. When you go to the book of Psalm King David, 17 and 13, and it reads, Arise, O Lord Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, right? So as we go through this book of Obadiah, we have to consider a lot of things so we can prove who the wicked is, right? So let's go to Job 9:24. Right? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, right? So he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Who is the top judge? The Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, right? And you see clearly, what we're going to do is a quick search. What do you see? Right? Pasty, and it's abomination. But they always show this is supposed to be, Yahawashi, Cesare, Jesus. Look at this, right? So you type in God, and this is what shows up, goddamn white man, so-called white man, this fucking, and then it's, you don't even have to type in Jesus because it's already there, So this is, they cover the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If it isn't the so-called white man that did that, who did it? Right? Let's go back. And also, when you look at their numbers, as so-called white people, they are lowest in the population. I mean, they call Jakes, these so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They call us the minority, but in actuality, they're the minority. That's why they talk about the browning of America and stuff like that. As they're gonna be the minority, so to speak. They already are. But that's why they had to, divide and conquer. They had to separate all of us 12 tribes from among, so that they can seem bigger themselves. You know what I mean? Because if you put all 12 tribes together, we're a huge nation, man. All praise to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. We are as the sand of the sea, as the scriptures say. Let's get it real quick. Let's see. Hosea 1:10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. Right? When you look at the sand of the sea, just to, go against them calling, the southern kingdom, black and all that bullshit. We're different shades of brown, man. Just like when you look at the sea, the sand. It's different shades of brown from a light brown all the way to a darker brown. More of a chocolate brown. But different shades of brown, no black though. It says, yet the children of Israel, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Right? And this is what's happening, right? As we speak, all praise the Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, in a place where we were told we're not the children of the Most High, right? The same place we were being told through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, sending out his men, starting with the elders, the apostles and elders of GMS on down, and like-minded brothers, have been preaching, to us that we are the sons of the living power, So let's get back. Salaki, where was that? Here we go. Did I go here? Oh. Salaki is showing. All right, back to Obadiah. Obadiah 1:3. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? So you got to think about the clefts of the rock, right? So when you look at Mount Seir or Petra, let's go here. If you look up Mount Seir, this is where Esau, see how it says Esau, Petra, right? This is where they dwelt. So I want to show you, brothers and sisters, let's continue to prove who these people are. So let's see. So the kingdom of Edom, right, are neighbors, right? So you have the northern kingdom, kingdom of Israel, and then you have the southern kingdom. So you have the 12 tribes, northern and southern. And right to our south of us was the kingdom of Edom, right? Excuse me. I wanted to show that real quick. So in here is Petra, the capital city of Edom. So when you look up Petra, I want you brothers and sisters to notice the structure, right? These pillars in particular. And then it's carved in a rock, right? It's carved in a rock. The true cave dwellers, Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. And notice this triangle, right? So notice, remember this, how this looks. I'm sure you already noticing that this is familiar in all the cities in Babylon and UK and whatnot. So let's get a few examples. Let's see, where is that? So first we got the Roman pillars. See the same pillars, the Romans, right? Edomites, so-called white people. Even they have here in Babylon, in America, all roads lead to Rome. They have a lot of the same sayings, even the laws, even their the way they set up the government. There's a lot of parallels between ancient Rome and America, which we call Rome with a cell phone, So look at that. Same pillars, right? So let's continue on. This is the United States Capitol. Look at that. The triangle, the Roman pillars. See if I can zoom in. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Triangle, Roman pillars. Same exact thing. Bahasham, Yahawashi left us clues to identify who these devils are. Let's continue on. This is the White House. Ooh, perfect. Triangle, boom. Roman pillars, boom. Roman pillars. This is in the UK. I think it's the Capitol building over there. Triangle, Roman pillars. Or the same pillar. Actually, I can't even say Roman pillars because it started in Petra, Mount Seir pillars, I should say. Where is it at? Same pillars, right? We're going to continue to expose these damn devils, man. Prove that these are the biblical Edomites, the wicked that the Bible speaks of. So let's continue on. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? So they exalt themselves as the eagle. So let's start off with that point. So let's go to a few different. America, eagle, right? Poland, another so-called white people, white nation, eagles, right? Even in Rome itself, they had an eagle that they used, right? They exalt themselves as an eagle, and eagles are one of the highest flying birds of all the in the bird species, so to speak. So proving also that the eagle represents Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, because they're so extremely proud, because if you're flying above everything, then that means you're looking down on everything else, right? And that's exactly why they walk around with this, pompous attitude, as if they're the shit and everybody else ain't shit, The pride of thy heart have deceived thee, though, as the scriptures say, right? So that's Rome, Greek, Grecians, Edomites, right? The Russians, Edomites, Eagle. See, I have another one. Yeah, come on, The eagle. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? You're talking about the satellites. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahawah. If thieves came to thee and robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have stolen till they had enough, right? And these devils just take until there's nothing left to be nothing left to be had, man. How does scripture go? Damn it, Salaki is leaving me right now. I'll brought this out, come back. But these devils, they're oh man, it's almost there too. Salaki. All right, well, might as well come back. Would they have not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? And these devils, they coveted, how do you say, coveted fields. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Take them by violence. There we go. Here's Micah 2:2, and they covet fields. See what the word covet means. Yearn to possess or have something, right? Desire, crave. This is what they do. They covet for things. They're always in everybody else's business, everybody else's lands, trying to be in their politics. Why? Because they covet for fields, for lands, right? And they covet fields and take them by violence. This was Esau's blessing, the sword, and houses, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they possess a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. So not only do they take lands from people, they also take their heritage too. And Abaratazar, maybe I could do a lesson on the the Greeks, as I was taught by my beloved apostles and elders, of how Alexander the Creep, how they became the Greeks, because the original Greeks were the Japhetic people, but that's another lesson for another time, but I just want to highlight the nature of Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, as we continue to prove who they are, So would they not, they just steal until they steal every damn thing, man. It says, Obadiah 1:6, how are these things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, right? And it's all through the spirit and power of Bahasham, man. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, right? So you have all these, different, nations, NATO and the EU nations, that were confederate, coming against each other, the 10 toes, partly strong, partly weak, the iron, partly iron, which strong, part clay, these nations, they're, coming against each other. They're confederate, but they're coming against each other. And it says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them. These other nations are going to come up against these Edomites, man. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahawah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau, right? And we already seeing a lot of that right now. Excuse me. 1 second. Salakia. Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahawah, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? We're already seeing some of that right now with the jump shot, the juicy juice, this Crown Royale potion that they gave everybody, that they're fumbling and they're falling, how do I say it, retracting a lot of statements. The CDC is making a lot of statements contrary to what they were originally making a few years ago and whatnot during the demic. They're a lot of their talking points aren't working anymore. They have to come with new things, and they're being sloppy with it, and they're moving fast because they know that they have but a short time, man, as the scriptures say, Revelation 12 and 12. Obadiah 1 and 9. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, man. So Teman, right? We go into Teman, is a son, one of the dukes of Esau. This is Genesis 36 and 15. These were the dukes of the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, the firstborn son of Esau, Duke Teman, Duke Omar, Duke Zepho, and Duke Kenez, right? So Teman goes with, is synonymous with Esau. When the Lord, speaks about Teman as well. And yeah. So let me see, Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, right? So, if for you newer listeners, it was Jacob and Esau were twins, and let's get it real quick. This is Genesis 25. All right, let's see. So, yeah, actually, I'll start at 21. Genesis 25 and 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahawah for his wife, because she was barren. She couldn't have children. And the Lord Yahawah was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, right, basically, if it's a blessing, why is this happening? Why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahawah. And the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 different types of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. So let's one people will be stronger than the other. We Israelites, we know that we're stronger than these so-called white people, man. It's a fact. It's been proven over and over again through sports, through even when they go to arrest a Jake, you gotta have damn 4 or 5 Edomite cops, so-called white boys on one Jake man, and they still be struggling, and then it says, and let's pay attention to this point, and the elder shall serve the younger, right? So the elder, whoever comes out first, shall serve the younger. Future prophecy. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. So let's further prove who these devils are who claim to be white. The red man, the real red man. Let's see, let's just do baby porn. See if I get a good picture. Because when you look, there's hues of red. Here we go. That's a good one. Red. First came out red all over. Red. Right? This is white. This is red. Right? Because their blood is showing forth through their skin. The same thing with Israelites. Right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? You come out ruddy, which is a reddish brown. So let's prove that real quick. You have the brown, but you have like the reddish hues in there, right? Ruddy. That's what ruddy is. They try to say ruddy is red. These Edomites always trying to, fit themselves into something. But all you have to do is look at ruddy horse or duck. King David was ruddy, right? They describe King David as ruddy. So think about this. Let's look that up real quick, right? Ruddy. See if I can find it. Yeah, right there. King David was ruddy, not red. Let's see. I can get this. Whatever. 1 Samuel 16:12. So he sent and brought him in, King David. Now he was ruddy, with beautiful eyes and a handsome appearance. And the Lord Yahawah said, Arise, anoint him, for this is he. Right? This is when Samuel went to I could forget his name right now. Salakia. Let's go to it. What was that? 1 Samuel 16. Jesse. He went to his King David's father Jesse, and he went to find the future king after Saul was disobeying Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So he went to talk to Samuel and had Samuel go over to Jesse and his sons, and he ended up going to King David, which was the youngest, and anointed him. 16. David anointed. So that's, if brothers and sisters want to go into that. But, I just want to continue to prove who Esau Edom is, So, let's see. Yep, for thy violence against thy, Obadiah 1 and 10, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, right? In the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, right? So when they were, started putting us into slavery, right? In these times, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast as one of them, right? So they as the scriptures say, they partook in our downfall. They rejoiced. Let me see how it. They rejoiced at our downfall. These are absolutely our enemies, man. See if I can find it. Rejoiced at downfall. Slack. I thought it was what it'll come to me. But they rejoice at our downfall. Let's see, Obadiah 1 and 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger. Right? So we when we were cast off, right, the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi bid us a bill of divorce, man. Because we sinned. When you go into the book of Deuteronomy, we sinned against him, so we became a stranger. We became a Gentile, an Israelite foreigner, right? We fell away from our heritage, right? And these devils had a part in it, And the Lord is telling them they shouldn't have looked on us when we became a stranger, when we became estranged, like an estranged wife, So neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, right? Neither shouldst thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress, man. And this is exactly what they did, man. As scriptures say, they gave they were giving each other gifts. I forget where it's at, Salakia. But they were gifting each other things, and there's history on that. That these devils have body parts, from jakes that they hung and, skinned, and they did some atrocious things, and they were giving each other gifts, and they would have postcards, and send, of them lynching a jake or whatever, and send it to each other and stuff like that. Then the Lord's saying they shouldn't have rejoiced over our destruction, man. And that's why they got hell to pay. It says, thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Right? Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Right? So they took everything from us. These devils, man. And that's why they have, this critical race theory stuff where they don't want to talk about their shameful past, man. Because it's like the scriptures say, shameful spewing shall be on thy glory, man. So their claim to fame is being a bunch of fucking animals, man. Coveted fields and taking them by violence, man. And they covet, Micah 2 and 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage, man. They oppressed our heritage too, man. They beat it out of us, you know, and started having the majority of our people worshiping the other white meat, which is, where the hell is this damn devil at? Did I take it off? Let's look it up. Right? Having us worship some goddamn pale face fucking demons, man. You know? Look at this, man. Those soft ass fucking, you know? Instead of the true images, you know, we should have in our minds of Yahawah and Yahawashi, what they really look like, you know? And that's why, let's get that real quick. I just seen a brother's video. Let's see. There we go. Boom. That was it right there. Look at that. Lightning strikes Brazil's Christ the Redeemer statue, right? Let me get the image. The Lord ain't with this shit, man. The Lord is not with this shit. You know, and these devils have pushed this, you know, on our people, man. So we would worship a goddamn white man. But the Lord ain't with this bullshit, man. He struck, you know, direct hit. And the first came out in Genesis 25 and 25, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, right? This is I believe it's Joshua, which means wasted away is he. What's wasted away? His melanin, his pigment, you know. And then when it says, and then it doesn't describe how Jacob came out, because Jacob was a brown skinned baby, you know, just like everybody else. So they you know, they had to describe this because this was like an oddity, you know, when Esau came out. And Esau came out of two brown-skinned parents. Excuse me. All right, so continuing on. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those that of his that did escape. Right, so when we were fleeing out of Slovakia. I gotta continue to brush up on my history, Slovakia. No, let's not do that. If I'm not mistaken, we're fleeing out of Egypt. I'm trying to remember where the scripture is, Slovakia. But they were attacking the women and children, right? It says, neither shouldest thou, and I'll go more in depth. Please forgive me. You know, I'm still continuing to learn more and more. But I wanted to, you know, pretty much go into who these people are, you know. But I will make it a point to continue to do my studying and, you know, give diligence, you know. Obadiah 1 and 14, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape, neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress, man. And this is all the judgments that's coming for these damn devils for everything that they have done to the Lord's people, man. They've touched the apple of the Lord's eye. Let's get that. Where is it at? Let's see. Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord Yahawah of hosts, of armies, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye, man. So these devils got hell to pay, man. They got absolute hell to pay. So it says, Obadiah 1:15, for the day of the Lord Yahawah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head, man. Like the scriptures say, you shall reap what you sow. You know, the Lord is just, you know, and these devils think that they're going to get away with it, right? Because as the scriptures say, here we go. Ecclesiastes 8:11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil, man. Right? So the heart of the heathens is fully set in them to do evil because the sentence hasn't been executed on them yet. So they think that they're in good case. You know? They think that they're safe. They think that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi have forgot about them. You know? But the Lord said he requires that which is past. Ecclesiastes 3:15, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High requires that which is past, man. So all the things that you devils have done, the Lord requires that, man. You know? And you got the answer for that. Zechariah 1:15, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, right? But what did they do? And they helped forward the affliction, man. So the Lord was a little displeased with us going, you know, but a little, he says, with us going off. But they forwarded the affliction, man. You know? So they got to pay for that, man. Obadiah 1:16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, right? So since, as the scriptures say, they have licked our sores, man. You know, they have benefited off of our downfall immensely, you know. So the Lord's saying that they're going to have to pay, right? The scriptures say, let's get that real quick. Where is it at? I thought I had it up here. There we go. Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Right? So everything that these devils have done to us must be done unto them. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. So what's this cup that the Lord is talking about? This is Psalm 75:8. For in the hand of the Lord Yahawah there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture. And he poureth out of the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, shall wring them out and drink them. Isaiah 51:17, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord Yahawah the cup of his fury, right? So we have been punished for our iniquities, right? Thou hast drunken of the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. See, Isaiah 51:22. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah. Thus saith thy Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, in thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again. Right? So we are paying off, you know, we have drunk of the cup, and we won't have to go through punishments anymore, because we basically, you know, so in so many words, we paid our debt back to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. But the Lord is going to punish them that put us through this hell, that touched the apple of his eye. And it's been none other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white people. Right? So that's the cup. It says, Obadiah 1:16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, right? And they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been, right? Because they are going to be brought extremely low. Obadiah 1:17, but upon Mount Zion, right, Israel, the monument, shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, man. Right? So the Lord said he's going to give us even the heathen. Let's see, where is it at? Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. Right? We just read in Revelation 13. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Right? So we're gonna have these heathens as slaves, man. Let's see, where is it at? Psalms 2:8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Right? So we look for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. And the earth was created for our sakes, as the scriptures say. And so we're going to have even these heathens and their possessions as our possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, right? So the house of Jacob will be the southern kingdom, and the house of Joseph a flame, which would be the northern kingdom. Joseph and Ephraim are synonymous. And the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall be not any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi have spoken it. So these devils are going to be eradicated from the face of the earth, man. Thus saith the Bible, Obadiah 1:18. Let's get this real quick. Where did I put it? So this is from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? So if you look up Edom towards the end of the definition, let's read it. It says right here, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34:5, Isaiah 63:1. Right? So let's get that real quick. Isaiah 63. God's vengeance on the nations. It reads, who is this that cometh from Edom, Esau Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? Right? This is a city in Edom. That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. This is Yahawashi. It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? So Yahawashi is coming to fuck these niggas up, man. These Edomites. It says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, right? The Lord said he is angry with the wicked every day. And trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come, right? So this is a great future judgment that is coming to these damn Edomites, man. You know, because they touched the apple of the Lord's eye, man. You know, and what they did to Yahawashi when he was on earth. Let's get that. He said, every eye shall see him, even them which pierce him. And that was in damn Romans, right? We just went over the Romans, right? The Roman eagle, the Edomites, right? Linking them. They're all the same people coming, the same devils coming back, right? Petra, Roman style pillars that they have to this very day. Where is it at? Right? Roman style picture pillars on the White House. Right? These same people. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 1:7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, with chariots, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, which proves reincarnation, right? Back in the flesh, your spirit coming back, the third and fourth generation, in your lot, you know. So those same Edomites that pierced him when he was on the cross will see him when he comes back. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so, amen. Right? So even those devils that pierced him, those Romans, will see him, Yahawashi, when he comes back. Oh yeah, let's finish that, Salaki. Edom, from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34:5, 6, Isaiah 63:1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. The only nation, the only neighbor, right? We went into, where was it at? The only neighbor, right? You got the Ammonites, the Moabites, Philistines, right? The only neighbor of the Israelites that was promised no mercy from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Great future judgments coming to these damn devils. And this is why. There's many reasons, but this is one of the other reasons why. Let's get, where is it at? There we go. James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment, man. So you devils haven't showed the Israelites no mercy, so you will receive no mercy, man. All praise Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, Slakia, shall possess the cities of the south. And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. So, as the scripture, as we just read in Psalms 2:8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession, man. So this is why we look for new heavens and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You know, the earth was created for our sakes, you know. Let's get it. Yeah, so 2 Peter 3:13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi's promise, look for new heavens and new earth, and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. New going into refreshed, right? Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come into mind. And this is what we look forward to, you know? This is exactly what we look forward to, man. You know? So, yeah, that's, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I just wanted to go into, you know, Obadiah, who was Esau, Edom, and prove it, to the best of my ability through the Spirit, and I hope and pray that this was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi once again for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, find this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say DTA, Ababa Ball, and Kwam Yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.